Now that just about every single musical act, with the exception of Vanilla Ice, of course, has backed out of the so-called America 250 or Freedom 250 because they don't even know exactly what it's being called, but almost every artist has backed out, and the White House is freaking out. One Trump appointee who spoke on the condition of anonymity to Zateo actually had this to say about how bad things are going. Quote, "We can't just have Kid Rock every day of the state fair. It's a little fucking embarrassing when you can't hold on to Bret Michaels. But we're confident we'll get a good lineup." Are you? Another insider said about booking the guests, "I should have done my research." Yeah, that probably would have been a good idea for you. And then, of course, Zateo also spoke to a so-called well-connected Hollywood agent, who said this: "I don't think most of my clients even need me to tell them this, but I would tell them, if someone approaches you about performing at Trump State Fair, flush that invitation down the toilet if you know what's good for your career." Somebody should have given New York Giants quarterback Jackson Dart that advice about 2 weeks ago, because he's dealing with some pretty unpleasant stuff after introducing Donald Trump, but that's a story for a different time. And as we all know, as all the musical guests back out, as the White House is in full panic mode because nobody's going to come to the state fair, Donald Trump got on Truth Social this weekend and proudly announced that he will be taking the place of those musicians and instead gonna turn the whole big taxpayer-funded event into a political Trump rally. And there is zero doubt in my mind that was the plan all along. Even if all of those artists had stayed, Donald Trump would have kicked the whole thing off with a campaign rally funded, again, by our tax dollars. This was never not the plan. He was always going to hijack this event because that's what he does. It's just that now he doesn't even have a choice, because otherwise you're going to have a big empty stage over at that state fair with, again, the exception of Vanilla Ice, who has like 2 songs that people may know. And those songs are nearly 40 years old at this point. Okay, there's not a bunch of people clamoring for Vanilla Ice to come to their city. But Donald Trump's decision to be the entertainer for the state fair, which is exactly where he belongs, by the way, isn't sitting well with conservatives. Conservative commentator Matt Walsh had this to say about Donald Trump being the now top billed performer at the state fair. "Replacing a concert with a speech is lame and boring. Just go out and get real musicians to play. Don't cancel the concert just because a bunch of washed up old has-beens canceled. There are hundreds of artists out there who might not be famous, but would absolutely leap at the chance to play on a stage like this." So I love how Matt Walsh is admitting, 1, Trump, this is stupid, it's lame, nobody wants to hear you talk. But 2, he's like, listen, there may not be any famous conservatives that are even willing to do it, but you could probably find somebody, jamming out in their garage that would love to play. Maybe go to a dive bar in Memphis and get the redneck up there with his banjo, and he'd like to play. I love Matt Walsh admitting that this is the caliber of people that conservatives have in their stables. I mean, honestly, kind of surprised you didn't suggest, book Jim Brewer or Adam Carolla and Rob Schneider to go up there and tell jokes. I mean, you guys do have those 3 comedians. Jenna Ellis, former Trump lawyer, said this: "America 250 is not about Trump. This is so egotistical." Yeah. Is this your first day on Earth? You didn't know Donald Trump was egotistical? I mean, Didn't you get arrested because of your work for Donald Trump, Jenna? You knew he was egotistical then. Either way, the whole thing is a disaster. It's not about celebrating America's 250th birthday. It's about celebrating Donald Trump's 80th birthday. That's what it has always been about. And it is going to be the biggest flop that we have ever seen. And that's going to be hilarious.